Gladiator, huh? This is actually going to be a 25 run. So, Gladiator, make sure. 25. Do we want to go primary? Well, we definitely want to go primary. Do we want to go Moonshine, or do we want to go Phonetic Eruption? I don't think it's going to matter much with the Gladiator, so we can probably go Moonshine and be fine. What do you guys think? What do you want to see? Should we go Moonshine just because it's new? Moonshine. Moonshine always is what it seems. Everyone likes Moonshine. Alright, so Moonshine it is. We'll go ahead and attune some items like we were talking about. Basically the same attunements. Judgment. Seal of Rage, no thank you. Wrath of Thunder God, no thanks. Apothecary items, no thanks. Blood Dagger, Bloodlighter is good. Minute of Penance is great. I'm gonna use Incendiary Demise. Great item to find. 100% damage like all the time. Symbol of Zeal. We'll come back to it if we have stars. We may not. Circlet. Lifestone, Mage Robe. Mail of Thorns. We now attune this because it has armor. It used to not have armor, so we didn't attune it before. It also didn't work. Okay, we still have enough stars, so we'll do that green item we were talking about. A Symbol of Zeal. And that should be everything. Okay, so gonna use the same statues. Callus, Feralath, Ozreth. Feralath is especially good on the Gladiator because your net disarms. So you get the damage increase just from that. Your little yo-yo. So yeah. You're basically going to be swinging left click and right click all the time. Or you can bind it to the same skill, which we'll probably do, to try to save our fingers. What else? We use Callus and Ozreth. Ozreth kind of... It activates itself, so it's always great to use. Symbol of Essence, Blessing of Intellect, Path of Defender, Divine Blast. Basically the same exact setup as last time. We have one drink we haven't figured out yet, but it might just be the Groovy Ghost. We'll think about it. So yeah, Lucky Hat, Heartseeker, we're still going to go for those. Magebane's also acceptable, but I would rather just craft Magebane. Alright, so this is amazing. We got Heartseeker plus the Poison, which is what we're talking about, exactly what we wanted. This is going to be 10% damage with the Markham's. We got some evasion here, and it's part of like a really good set in Markham Stone, so pretty decent. Buy some keys. Uh-oh, went up to 16. We'll have to buy 16 bronze keys, not to trigger chat. There we go. Get a 10-button mouse and bind them all to primary attack. It actually doesn't like me binding both of them to primary, but we're still gonna do it anyway. Most of the time it works out. There's like just some weird stuff that happens when you do that. General Trap, Topple Tower, Safe Corridors, Plentiful Gifts. I'm also going Abundant Shops. We actually don't really need to go Abundant Shops, do we? We already have the poison item, and we have a way to disarm. So we could just go Demolish Spawners. But I think we're going to do enough damage, that's not going to matter. Let's go the same setup we just did. Overseers, Minor Strike, Agile, Dry Springs. 20k, lock it in. And last but not least, our drinks. Like I said, we're going Moonshine, we're going Incendiary Demise, Overflowing Physique, Crazy Eye. This is where you kind of could mix it up if you wanted. Basically any drink is free. I think we're just going to go Evasion, because why not? More defense. Also, Homemade Hazard would be decent, which it could take. It's equal to 5 Gladiator levels, so it'd bump us up to like Gladiator NG+30, but we'll just do Groovy Ghost for now. I prioritize defense most of the time, which brings our character up to 13 evasion. We'll have some block when we're attacking. And with that, we are pretty much good to go. Got our beetle. Just need to bump it up to 25 and buy some more. Okay, and we'll change our controls. So we want left click and right click to be on the same. Or active skill 1. Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. Exit. Potion left click. Left mouse, space. Just space. Let's do active skill 1. Active skill 2, also mouse left. Okay, so that should do it. Yes, so we attack with both at the same time now. Arg. By the way, could Gladiator net give poison with the flask, or is it only damage skills? I'd have to read it, actually. I definitely haven't tested it. Let's see. Damage dealt by skills. Nope. Can't do it. You're almost onto something. It was short-lived. The dream was alive for a second. Beetle's gonna focus on the ones that I was gonna go pick up. Can you pick up the rest of this? Alright. We're trying not to complain about the beetle too much. But we'll see what actually happens. Oh, my beetle's stuck. What did I do that for? I didn't realize there was a chest over there. Usually you leave it down, he goes and grabs the money, and then you switch it. But I botched that one. Just messing around with the yo-yo. Ooh, around the world. Flowing staff, kind of decent. Get some skill power that we're not really going to use, and we get some flat damage, which we will use. Broadsword. It's weird playing Moonshine and like sacrificing your damage early game, so you get way more damage late game. I like it just makes you feel so weak in Act 1. Like I feel like I'm going so slow. Also, what's our level? 140. We got some extra XP because we did a bunch of arena on this character. We've done up to, I think, 45? Yeah, 45. Everything is a 50-50 split between armor and resist. Defender's Halberd, more ways to disarm, sounds great. We get the Markhams, so we're at 2 piece, and we need more gold. What do we actually want? Might get the Enchanted Dirk. Flat damage to our attack should be really good. So I think we need around 2k monies. Shouldn't be too hard to get. And we find Enchanted Dirk. I knew that was going to happen. I knew it. I didn't expect it off of that guy. But every time you go to the shop and you leave, you're going to find like an item you just found in the shop. It's not actually guaranteed, but that's what it feels like. So we'll take Stiletto instead. Let's go ahead and go back and get an item before we get all the items that the shop has and we can't actually buy anything. Alright, let's go back. Enchanted Dirk's grayed out. We'll get the Stiletto. That's fine. Caliph Protection could also be good, since it reduces the damage before armor and resist is applied. So even though we have like negative hundreds of damage, if some attack was going to do 20, it would reduce down to 15, and then it would get multiplied by our negative stuff. So it's actually a pretty decent like defensive item. I just don't feel like I need it right now. I have disarm, I have block. I have these nets. Everything's going slow, taking... Is it 100% more damage? 100% more damage if they're netted. It's kind of a crazy amount of damage, isn't it? Free damage. Yeah, I haven't found a good use for that caustic drink. It seems good for like maybe some spellcasters, but poison slows down your character, so it's kind of awkward in that sense. Okay, we can just pull everything, can't we? His net is kind of overpowered. None of these enemies can attack me. And then I'll block like the rest of them. Since I see you using Beetle, were you also disappointed by the Raven? I was very disappointed by the Raven. I think it is vastly overhyped. Just because it can fly over walls, it has so many issues. Even though it can fly over walls. Like, sure, it's nice in the prison, you might not have to press the button on one of the floors, but like 90% of the time there's going to be a chest behind one of the buttons anyway, so you're going to have to find it in one of the prison cells. The other times, like, sure, you save a little bit of time, but also the Raven flies like an airplane, not like a helicopter, so it can't really turn. It does like weird loop-de-loops, which is kind of awkward, because he's trying to go for like, if there's like a long straight line of gold, he can't just go straight and pick up all the gold. He like does these weird like loops, and he has to circle back, and he is just super slow. I was like actually picking up everything, and he wasn't doing anything, so we switched to Beetle. I'm also not opposed to the Imp. I haven't tried him enough, but I think speed over everything at this point. Ooh, 40 on Witch Hunter. Nice, dude. Nice, nice, nice. Congrats. That is NG+3 down. Because let's see, NG0 is 20, NG1, but it unlocks 25. I don't know. It's something like that. It's like, why can I not cast my little dudes? Ooh, that actually does a lot of damage. Gotta back out, heal up off these bats. Alright, we're good. Yeah, in case you guys don't know, you can't leech off of the stone golem because he's a construct. Doesn't have any life to leech. But if you get him to 80%, he'll start summoning bats. Oh, NG4, nice. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, so at 80% he'll start summoning bats, and you can leech off the bats. But you can leech from life from the undead. Yeah, who knows? Who knows how that works? I guess they have some kind of life making them move, but I guess the same argument could be said for the constructs. But we just got Gladiator's net. We're gonna disarm everything, always. Are you currently using Witch Hunter as primary or skill? If you're talking to me, I'm mainly playing him as primary. I don't really enjoy his kit, to be honest. Reason why I don't enjoy his kit is all of his damage can miss really easily. It's high mana cost, and yeah, I mean, it's high mana cost, high damage, but it can miss really easily. I do want to try it at some point, especially when there's like some other issues too that I have. So that's the issues I have with like his actual kit as a character, but I think some other part of it is all my other characters are higher NG, so like, you know, 25, 20, 58, 32, 21, you know, 20, everything's in like 20 plus to 30, but he's 9, so nothing is really like a challenge for the Witch Hunter currently. So it doesn't really matter what I play on him, it just works. So it's possible that primary works now, but it won't work later. And if that's the case, I'm gonna have to, you know, reassess his skills. But I also saw somewhere that he has like the highest base scaling now, like double the paladin. Which I don't know if that's true, I haven't looked it up, but I heard that. Okay, Considering it's basically the worst class, I'm done with it for a little while. Yeah, I think Witch Hunter doesn't give you enough control. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, you can drop your bonfire and like walk away, but once it kills the stuff, it has like a 14-second cooldown, 16-second cooldown. You're not going to have it up all the time, so you can't actually sit there and choke out the enemies constantly, put them in choke points. Alright, we want movement speed for sure, and we'll just go health, and also gives us like some damage. His like bouncy balls is really awkward because I was to the point where I was like running in with the, what was it actually called, Flaming Hounds, and so like right here if I was using it, it would just be bouncing past, and the most of his damage is done at the end. He does like 5 bounces. It's 50% damage per bounce. So you mainly hit things with the first bounce, but all the damage is done on the last bounce. And then the brands are super small. They have like a staggered amount of time before they activate. He's just got like kind of some weird flow problems to him. He also doesn't have any CC or any defense, so he has no evasion, he has no chance to freeze, he has no like soul consumption like the Warlock. Or Warlock is like a leech tank. What's the other casters? Wizard has like some confusion, which I'll say it's not like amazing, but it's at least something there. They both have like ranged attacks, so does Witch Hunter. Yeah, Sorcerer has or what is it? Sorcerer has that ice barrier stuff, which is really good. I don't remember how to do this one. 1 second, guys. I have forgotten how to do this trap. Oh. There you go. That's how you do it. Ooh. Alright, so free silver chest. Feels good. Let's see, I believe he has 7 HP, 8 mana per level, or was it 6 and 7? That seems pretty high. I don't remember like the base for the Paladin. I know he had the highest before, followed by the Gladiator, I think. But they reduced his HP scaling, so I'm sure Gladiator / Witch Hunter are the highest ones now. Which makes sense if he has the highest health, if he has no defense or any CC. But it just makes me want to play him ranged even more, because fighting in melee as a caster with no CC or evasion or dodge, block, anything, it's like really brutal. No stuns, no disarms. So I just build him basically as a ranger. He's just strictly a worse ranger in my opinion at this point. He doesn't have the roots, he doesn't have evasion, he doesn't have a movement speed bonus like ranger does. So him as primary is kind of weak, but him as skill is just awkward. I don't think it's impossible to make work, and maybe it's really good in like duo or group play or something, but in solo it just seems lacking. Like, you can't control all the enemies by yourself, you can't soak all the damage by yourself, at least not at my level. So you just primary, you just hold down left click and you walk through the game, and that's the character. Which isn't the most exciting thing in the world. You have bonfire as like a target dummy for the enemies. Well, when you're on low NG like me, I just hold mouse 1 and run and don't have mana for skills. Yeah, there you go. Like, skill-based builds are definitely more work than primary. Primary is just like, alright, I can actually just hold down this button and walk through the whole game? Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Until I get to like NG+20 or whatever, and I don't have to. He'd be better once they add actual witches for him to hunt. Nice. Nice meme. I like it. I like that a lot, actually. That's a good joke. That's why I hate it. Yeah. He's very one-dimensional right now. But like I said, they're gonna do like a bug / what was it? They're doing like a small balance patch in like the next week or so. Oh, I have a secret room on both sides. Alright, one's a gambler and one's a bronze chest. Let's see. Alright, that's a gambler. Let's see if we're right. Let's kill this stuff first. Alright, we got that like really bad item, so let's get rid of it first. Oh, we got two really bad items. This one technically does something. This one doesn't. Oh, it actually gives us 5 resist right now. Alright, so the ring is gone. We get... Oh, that was a huge upgrade. Alright, 10% evasion. And it gives us our 2% so we get more movement speed while evading. Nice upgrade. Nice game. Thanks for playing. Hey, oh, that's not technically a bronze chest. It's like a stone chest or something. Dang it, so close. Paladin gets 10 HP per level. Gladiator and Witch Hunter both get 7. Okay, so what I was told was wrong. Is that with the new changes? Like, since they reduced the amount he gets? I know they reduced the amount of armor he gets, and they reduced the amount of base HP that the Paladin gets. Yeah, okay. So he's still the highest. And Witch Hunter and Gladiator are tied. Huh. Yeah, I really hope his mana scales well too, because he has really low mana early game. Even at NG+25, I still can't cast like more than 1 or 2 skills like at a time. So like the thought of playing a skill build with like a Wilmer statue just kind of like makes me cringe right now. It's like, alright, increase the cost of this 180 cost skill to like 300 and 400. And good luck with your mana pool. But there's just like so many issues that you can just solve by like, yeah, I'm just gonna go primary. That's like way easier for me right now. Warlock is 6 per level. See, it doesn't seem like that big of a difference between the two. Warlock, I kind of remember he had quite high scaling. That's probably pretty high. I don't know what like Sorcerer and Wizard is. Sorcerer has to be like, or Wizard has to be the lowest, I would think. Blood rights. I need to give him some feedback about the blood rights. I like the idea. Alright, chat, we got some questions for y'all. Blood rights. Do you think you should be able to choose what your reward is, and you can't choose the same reward twice? And then they need to like change the rewards. Because if you're getting rid of 10% health for like 30% resist, and 30% resist doesn't equal your, or plus 30 resist doesn't equal 10% of your effective health pool, it's like a waste, right? And at high NGs, it's always a waste. Choosing goes against the rogue type game. I don't like Anvil because of it. Okay. Well, okay, I can see that in some aspects. I feel like right now, for me, it's just completely ignore it. Ignore it, so like choose it would at least give me some kind of thing I could do. And like maybe have better options where I could get like 10% movement speed if I was like, alright, I just want this run to go faster. Or maybe give me, you know, 5% less damage taken or 10% less for 10% of my effective health. 10% more damage instead of like 30 resist, 30 defense, 3 life regen, you know, stuff like that is just kind of like, what? 3 life regen? 6 mana regen or whatever it is? We're just gonna go more damage and speed. Damage, speed, beast. I don't know if we really fight many more beast. I'm gonna go reinforced gloves. Yeah, I'll never use it. Well, wouldn't you like to see a change then? I know you said you don't like it because it's... like, you wouldn't like it if it was picked, but if you actually got to pick it, wouldn't you like it more than never using it? Yo, Bloons Rush, thank you for the follow. I don't know if it's gonna go off. Oh, never mind. Well, then the one for the other guy never went off. Maybe he followed and unfollowed really quickly. I don't know how that works. Agreed. Currently, the cost is never worth the benefit. Yeah, I agree with that too. So, like, what would you guys like to see change to make it more worthwhile? Like more utility type things, like movement speed, percents instead of flat. Like if you got 3% health regen instead of the like 3 health regen, that'd be a big difference. Especially high NG. High NG, it's like never worth it. And you can get multiple. Like when you're gonna get rid of 20% of your health. And I know it has diminishing returns. So like the first one's 10% of your health, and it's like 9, then it's like 8. So I had 5 on my Witch Hunter, and I had like 40% reduced health, which is still a lot of health, don't get me wrong. But you could maybe play the game in like a different way. Because there could be like a weird situation where there's like a really good one that you want, and so before you do every progression run, you would go into like NG0, find a Bloodright, try to get the correct like buff, and then you would I guess complete it, and then you would go and try to like fight against the actual one you want to do. Maybe they just need to be more meaningful, like 10% of your health for a 10% chance to bleed enemies on hit, or like I said before, the movement speed. Maybe that could be one for poison, for burning. There's not a lot of ways to get burning to make enemies burn. So like the Darien statue can't really be used much, because the only way to burn is play a wizard, play a witch hunter, or use like Cape of the Flamewalker. Maybe there's something else I'm forgetting, but that's only like 3 sources in the game. For poison has quite a few more. Like Ozreth activates itself, you have 3 poison items. You have the poison drink now. It just feels like there should be more ways to get burning if a burning statue is going to exist in the game. I don't know. Oh, Flame Tongue. Yeah, Flame Tongue is another one. I forgot about Flame Tongue. But yeah, I think that's most of the burn. Yeah, that must be pretty much all of it. Maybe that's enough. It just feels weird, like if I was ever going to go the Darien build on a character, I would have to get a blue item to make it work. Like Cape of the Flamewalker or Flame Tongue. That seems pretty yikes. And at least like Irwin activates itself. Fairlath is easy because there's a ton of stun and disarm items, and they're all common. There's 3 of them, and they're all common. Paladin has it built in, Gladiator has disarm built in, Thief has a stun built in. It's just like all these other characters can utilize these statues way easier, but those statues kind of like fall short because there's just not enough ways to actually activate them. Descending Destruction. Yeah, let me just start my run with that. I'm gonna gamble like 40 of my items at the gambler to try to get it. I still want to level up Darien to try it with like the Witch Hunter and Wizard, because it is easier to activate than like Ozreth, I guess, but it's less damage. So if they nerf Ozreth, it'll be a good second choice. Or if you can't have the mana to sustain like running a Wilmer or Wilmer setup, and you could use Darien instead. But I don't know. I'm gonna give him some feedback on the Bloodrights at some point. What do you guys think? Should it just be less health? Better rewards? Maybe like 5% health for like 5% damage, 5% movement speed, 5% less damage taken, maybe 5% evasion. I think 5% is a little easier to sacrifice than 10%. You could just get a little less rewards. What other rewards do you guys like to see? Because I gave him feedback on like arena and pets. and some of the other changes. Got more to do, but curious what you guys think. I haven't thought too much about the blood rights. I just know they're way too costly for what you get, so either the cost needs to be reduced or the buff needs to be increased, which I don't know if I would say you should increase the buffs anymore. Maybe just make them unique. I don't know. It's like every little aspect of the game could be improved by like such a lot. All of it has like super duper potential. I think if you're going to give up a percent of your HP, you should get a percent of a stat. Do you mean like 5% increased attack power? 5% increased attack for like skill power? Because that could be pretty insane. 5% crit, 5% spell crit. You would actually give up 5% health for like any of those, wouldn't you? So then it would be an option of, can I give up another 5%? Can I go down to minus 25% base health? Can I go down to minus 40% base health? It also all seems like offensive things, so I'd like to see more defensive things because it's kind of awkward when you're like, alright, I'm gonna give up some of my health to get more damage, but it's like, if your damage is good, you just ignore it. So I'd like to see some other things, either utility or defense, you know? I would like it to be like, you never ignore it. You just decide, can I actually afford to get rid of any more of my health? Alright, let's see. We're at 646 ore. Wow, actually, we can craft pretty much anything we want. What do we actually want? We could get more evasion. We could go for that mage bane that we were talking about. That's probably our biggest damage upgrade. 150. Yeah, let's just go mage bane. That's fine. Did we get a poison item yet? Or are we just killing stuff and Ozreth is poisoning? Yeah, it looks like Ozreth. Oh no, we do. We started with coated arrow. Man, I'm forgetful. Free skill speed. I think it'd be nice if you could sacrifice stats other than HP. So you choose what stat you're sacrificing, but you get a random stat back. That's I actually really like that. Because if you're a primary character, you could sacrifice like spell crit or spell crit damage or mana regen or something. Would that be too clunky? Maybe it'd have like only certain ones that you could do. So you couldn't just pick from any stat. Do you think it should be random stat? Like random stat for random stat? Because you could have some brutal situations where it's like, alright, you get -5 primary crit. And you gained mana regen. So that's kind of the fun of it, right? It's a gamble. But it may just never be worth the risk. It's like really careful balancing act. So we want to make people like pretty much always want it because the rewards are really nice, but you also want them to kind of not just always take it and be like, yeah, this will be an upgrade no matter what it is. This is always worth me taking. Which I kind of feel that way with a lot of stuff in the game. Everything should have an opportunity cost. I think some of the best stuff in the game is drinks, because all of them are like some huge positive effect for some pretty big negative effect, and some you can like find interesting ways to mitigate or like ignore completely. But I think they're all like pretty interesting. Like Incendiary Demise, like you can turn its downside into an upside. The ones where, you know, if you're not in combo you take more damage, it's like, well, I need to find a way to be in combo as much as possible. And the ones where it's like, combo is disabled, like Perpetual Demise. where it's you can't be in combo, but you have 100% skill cost. But with Moonshine, combo is disabled, so you're never in combo, so you always have skill cost increased by 100%. And then you can use Wilmer, and then you have just 100% increased skill cost, which is a ton of damage. So it's cool when you can do interesting things to like manipulate your build like that. So I would like to see more of that kind of stuff. Opportunity cost, for sure. That's why I think pets should be an opportunity cost. Like I should be deciding I want a pet with this ability over these other ones. Because I as the player want to make some kind of choice of what I'm doing. Like I don't really care about my pet picking up gold. My pet could do like literally anything else. It would be kind of nice. Just small utility things too. I want to make that clear. You get 1,000 skill crit bonus. No, just like you see more fog of war on the map as you walk around or something, or light radius in the darkness is higher. What's the other ones? Maybe the show secrets. Somebody that picks up keys for you and saves your keys in the town after a run, so you don't lose your keys or you get refunded, a lower tax rate, pet, stuff like that. Yo, Riddle Ralph, thank you for the follow. Our stream notifications have been kind of on the fritz, so I'm just going to call it out as I see it. It may still pop up, but yeah, thank you for the follow, my dude. Appreciate it. And there it is. Right as I finish talking, there it is. Appreciate it the same. Oh, we got another magic forge. So we still have 520 ore. What's our next upgrade? We have things to stun, disarm, poison. We have Mage Bane. I think we have 2-piece Markhams. We have 0 Kings. What is our best item? I think I know what it is. I think I know what it is. It could be Duelist Edge. That one's a pretty big one. This gives us 8% evasion, attuned for another 8%, and 5% for the 3-piece bonus. But the other item I was thinking about was just going for either Seal of Souls or Pendant of Penance, because those are both just 100% increased damage. That sounds pretty nice. Also, Wand of Spell Piercing could be good. It's really hard to beat just 100% damage. Still, yeah, we have a 2-piece. I think we just go for 100% damage. And this one should be better than Seal of Souls, because there's technically points where we have mana. We're always debuffed with Incendiary Demise. So we should have insane damage. Which maybe means that we should have gotten the Duelist Edge. If I get another opportunity to go in Duelist Edge. The Duelist Edge would have also been like a huge amount of ore. We would like to save some ore for our statues. Let's see, maybe you can choose any stat to sacrifice, but every time you choose the same stat, you'll have to sacrifice more of it. Okay. You also get to choose the stat you get, and if you choose the same stat, it'll cost more. Alright, so it costs more. You have to sacrifice more to get less, I think is what you're saying. Like if I sacrifice 5% health for 2% crit, then the next time I'll have to sacrifice 7% health and I'll get 0.5% crit or something like that. Both sides increase, or one side increases, one side decreases. So you definitely want it to where it's not abused. And you're never gaining stats, you're just shuffling stats around. So you can never like, alright, I have 500 blood rights. I switched all of my primary crit into spell crit, but in the process I gained like 100% and then I converted it again to something else. So I want to make sure like that's not possible either. Just the cost increase. Okay, okay. So yeah, like 5% health for 1% crit, and then like 6% health for 1% crit. I mean, they would have to figure out the balancing, but I like the idea a lot. I think that's the best one I've seen so far. The only counter thing is the what Drunk Hobo was saying about roguelite and being random. I don't know if everyone has that same feeling. I'm okay with like making choices as the player versus like sometimes I get lucky, sometimes I get screwed. Which, I mean, there's plenty of that in the game. Like you get screwed by the imp, you get screwed by the shop, you get screwed by a chest. Like how bad does it feel when you go through Act 1 and the first like 4 chests you open is ore and diamonds? It feels horrible. Oh, you can also get screwed by monoliths. That's right. I like making choices? Okay. Ooh, River Ralph. Hey, I was wondering what kind of build you go for Witch Hunter. It's also nice to see Uber Elder on path. Hey! Glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, we died twice, but it's been a little while, you know, whatever. You can do exclamation point HOH, and it's gonna link you to my build document of all my builds. But I do primary Witch Hunter. You can also go skill, but I haven't tested it nearly as much. We also almost bit the dust there. I don't know if you guys saw that. We dropped down like pretty low. Those explosions can get you sometimes. Oh, we got an imp. We got an imp. Where actually is he though? Ah, alright. Got some gold. Alright, we jumped up to 1.6 mil. See, we have plenty of damage, but these wisp, pretty spooky. I don't know if we have them attuned. So if they're not attuned, they probably will be after this run. They've been the only thing that has come like even remotely close to messing with us, dealing damage to us. The monoliths used to be similar to blood rights, giving you a random negative for a random positive, if I remember correctly. Ah, you already said that. Wait, what? Oh, yeah, Drunk Noob? I actually don't remember the monoliths working like that. I remember when the fountain worked like that, where you just had to read the little message, and it was just random, like, you might get a positive, you might get a negative. You had to keep rolling it until you got like 3 positives in a row or something. There's some like weird mechanic to it. The random on the monolith is nice. So you don't have to sit there and like figure out exactly what you want and like choose and sacrifice stuff. I like that design. Nice. Alright, to floor 3, I think. I think we got everything here. How's our levels looking? We're 144. Oh, they're doing fine. We can try to keep this monolith buff all the way to the boss. Old Fountain was bad though. I agree with that change. Yeah. Old Fountain was a little too much. I didn't play during that time, so I didn't actually have experience with it, but when I first started playing the game and like was looking at what was on YouTube, like people were talking about it. Oh yeah, you just roll this until you get 3 positive messages and they all correspond to like random things, and you just kind of hope you get good stuff. Like, alright. And then things got changed, so I never actually had to deal with that. I played like 2 weeks before they changed the Warlock primary from the little dagger that could only hit right in front of you and dealt the little poison, and Thief had the gold bonus thing, but I didn't play Thief at that point, where you did like 1% damage per 500 gold you had. never got to actually experience that. Oh, and Wizard had the Ice Nova that could proc off of itself if it killed something. Or Shatter procced Ice Nova. I don't really remember which way it went. But basically you had tons of ping pong balls murdering everything, and it would clear like rooms and rooms and rooms. Send gold to town, 1.6 mil. Did we already buy stuff? Did we buy stuff? I don't think we bought stuff, did we? No, where's the shop? I probably need it for the next shop anyway, too. That's unfortunate. The one time you get gold in Gold to Town, and you haven't shopped yet. Where is it? We have like 1 minute. Oh god, everything's coming in here. It's getting a little dicey. Just gotta run for it. Jeez. Alright, where to go? Was a shop behind a wall and we just didn't find the button? That'd be kind of sad. Or am I going crazy and we did shop? What would we have bought? I know we got this in Act 3. This we crafted here. I don't think I shopped. When's a good time to get the statues from Pyramid NG+? You can probably start farming Pyramid around NG2. If you can't at NG2, just wait another NG. Maybe we can check the far left side. Nothing over here. Well, that is awkward. Oh, we didn't check over here, whatever this is. Let's go that way. I apparently missed that area. Please be the shop. We've already given up an imp. An imp with the send gold back to town. A poor 1.6 mil. You'll be missed. Oh, it is the shop. Okay. We didn't miss the shop. We didn't waste the imp. All things are right in the world. And let's see what we got. We got Slippery Cloak. It's pretty legit. Also kind of want to play with Judgment. 37 attacks. Not super. Slippery Cloak for sure. We almost got like comboed. I think we're gonna go crit. And probably also Judgment. I just want to play with this item more. I don't know if we're really hitting things like 7 times in a row. Oh, we also lost our monolith looking for this the shop. What can you do? Alright, I think we can just tank. We can't use the minions because they'll like try to machine gun them. And machine gun is definitely the way to die against this guy. Our damage is great. I'm just, of course, worried about dying. Every run. Always. Try to let my stacks refresh a little bit. Ooh, I thought he like backed up, and I thought he was maybe gonna try to machine gun. A little worried there. So he dropped down like over here. Oh, I think since enemies are still alive, he got pushed back a little bit from where he normally tries to stay. I didn't kill enemies trying to get stacks. Should be right here? Yeah. Okay, nice. Nice, nice, nice. I'm only at NG+, but I'm wondering if there's a class who can kind of steamroll a bit, so I can get my statues. Any suggestions? You'll need Paladin, for sure. He's the fastest at farming blueprints, drinks, statue levels, and statue blueprints as well. But if you can get everyone to NG2, that's also great. But I definitely start looking at like the Paladin first, just for the utility. Ooh, got hit by something. Took a lot of damage. I don't think anything really steamrolls the game that early, but he'll be really good at some point. Like NG2-ish, he'll start really being good. You'll need him for everything. Oh, it's coming down. Nice, okay. Some more resist, I'll take that. Yeah, no problem. I think the Ranger is easiest solo levels. I would agree with that. If you need like a starter character, Ranger is for sure up there. Priest is kind of awkward until NG2, and you can get all of his skills. Paladin's kind of the same way until you get to like level 15 or something, where you can get most of his block, and you get your town upgraded. Without block, the Paladin is kind of yikes. Who else? Thief is probably pretty good early, but it really depends like your town level as well. Sorcerer is one of those that it gets better the more you play him, because he can just cast more and more. And you start getting more and more crit with all of the crit items and attuning them and all the drinks. So yeah, probably Paladin and Ranger are like your top picks for super early on. Braces of quickness, nice. Take that. And we've got all the levels we need, so we can kind of speed around a little bit. I'm not really worried about picking up gold, because we have plenty to shop, and everything else is just going to go to taxes. So I'm trying to just save some time, not pick up all the gold. The beetle can pick up whatever he feels like. Oh, that's an ace chest. Whoops. Well, unless one of the overseers drops an ace key, we don't have a way to open that. Some people start with an ace key. There's like a little bit of me that's like, maybe I should start with an ace key too. It just seems so volatile. Oh, Blood Dagger. That's right. The run is guaranteed now. Good old Blood Dagger. As tradition, have to do the Blood Dagger emote. Yeah. Good old Blood Dagger. Why is that item still the way it is? We got an imp. If this is another one that wants to send gold to town, I'm gonna have to like run to the shop real fast. Alright, gave me an item. What do we got today? We have Cloak of Mini Pockets. That hurts. More gold that'll just be given to the government. Passed up an item. I need a good spot to kill things. This one looks good. Let's see, what can we get today? We can get Popcorn Ring, Scarab of Protection, Assassin's Dagger's top pick for sure. I'm gonna go Skull Smasher and maybe just get some ore at this point. Get some ore for my statues. Wand Spell Piercing, pretty good pickup. So we need to go after that one. Mission Impossible style. Ooh, Tricksters. That should be 4-piece. Wait a moment. Oh, there's Ace Key over there. Alright, was that the 4-piece? It was. Just slowly walk over there and pick it up. Alright, see a secret. What was that one? That is Boots of the Giant. So we got some stun. That also activates our Feralath statue. Sphere of Life. Sure, 10% more damage. Monolith, what we got? Incredible Strength. Pretty decent. Monster Manual, we can pick it up. Having a lot of issues picking it up, there we go. Being heavily slowed. Just let me be. Oh, the bell. Or not the bell, the lantern. I love the lantern. Lantern's such a cool item. We got some ore, lots of ore. I'll just pick up some of it, little beetle. Imp trolling at its finest. God, you're so right too. He just throws salt in the wound. Like, I know you got a lot of gold. Have a way to get even more gold. He could have given me gold, I guess. And that would have been just as bad. Like, yep, that's gonna get taxed as well. Yeah, damn. Ooh, old map. And Markham's 3. Old map Markham's 3, so we're really just gonna go after ore at this point. Ore and chest. See a bunch of ore up there. So we're probably gonna just go left side. Do we need to go to the right at all? Lots of diamonds, ace, key, we got another forge. Really, another forge? What else do I even need? Is the prophecy gonna become complete and we're gonna actually craft 4th piece of, dare I say it, Markham's? We have 3 piece. Is it time to craft the 4th piece? Is there anything else useful to me? We don't have any kings, so that's out the window. We have 4-piece tricksters. We have all the crit items, I believe. It's just, do we want to pay 240 ore? What's the cheapest Markham's piece we can buy? Isn't Markham's purse like way down here? Oh, we already have purse. Alright, what about... We probably already have stone too. Markham stone, we do. So in your Steam guide, when do you use the on the prowl marked prey? And what do you mean by the question mark? What do you mean question mark? I'd have to look at it again. But that's just a passive skill that activates. Equals question mark. Oh, because I think that passive applies the marked prey passive that increases... Sorry, on the prowl is a passive that you allocate, and it applies marked prey to the target, which increases the chance that that target will be crit. Do we even need anything? Alright, what about the little... We could go Seal of Souls for 100% damage. Got the Wand of Spell Piercing. We could also go for... the... Oh, we already have the Serrated Scimitar. Alright, we're just gonna go for Seal of Souls. We can find it again. For 120 ore. Yikes. Maybe that's not worth it, like, at all. I feel like compelled to use it because I have the ore and it's there, but maybe it's just not worth it. So I do feel like we're strong enough. We really had like nothing we were really looking for. The right choice was the key ring. What was it? Was the keyring the right choice? I'm already not going out of my way to pick up that other ace key over there. If the keyring lets you return your keys to town, it might be the right choice. Yeah, why isn't that a mechanic? Keyring just lets you keep your keys together, brings them to town. Let's see. Wait, so... Let's see. 1 second. Wait, so about the flurry of arrows equals power shot. I really don't get what you mean by that. Take both. I think it says, like, take one skill of everything, and then you start ranking them power shot or flurry of arrows. Really, you should just go for flurry of arrows first. I need to update that part. Power shot's kind of meh. Basically at level 30, you're gonna have all the skills, so you don't really have to worry. But basically it's like an order of how you should upgrade the skills. So if there's an equal sign, it means one skill is equal to the other. So you can put like 1 rank in one, 1 rank in the other, then 2 in one, 2 in the other. That's all it means by that. Whereas the other stuff says greater than, less than. That one actually means they're kind of equal. Yeah, but I'm using this guy to get to NG+3. Yeah, I mean, you want your primary for sure on that character. Yeah, no problem. You want your primary. Flare of Arrows helps I think on the prowl. Oh, that's what it is. On the prowl is the one that gives you evasion when you cast a skill. That one's important, but it's equal to the marked prey one that puts the debuff that increases the chance that the units get crit. So you want to rank those like equally is what that means. I hope that helps. But power shot you can probably just ignore. You get like 1 rank into grasping roots. Yeah, it's hard to like relay in a text format. So maybe I'll try to find a way to reformat that to be a little easier to digest. Alright, what do we get? Wand of Chaos. Oh, we need to see how many items we have. That's something we've been slacking on. So 80 items. So we get 400% increased damage with the Moonshine. 6 of them are spears, so it's an extra 30 damage as well. So 430 damage from our items. Gonna back off for a moment, let our stacks come back. Trying to let him breathe. Doesn't seem like he wants to do it. There it is. Jeez. I get knocked back. Come on. Let's get away from that. Oh, confused. Oh my god, I've been pushed to the bottom. Jeez, sloppy, but successful. Ooh, Gladiator against Thunder Snow is always big yikes. Alright, so damage 650 million, 150 was physical, 500 was magical, and run took 53 minutes. Yeah, that is Gladiator NG+25. We will probably look to tune some Wisp. Those seem to be the big ones, and maybe a tuned Thunder Snow as well. Some more. Maybe just Wisp for now. Because those actually almost killed us. Let's do 4 on each. 3 and 4. Leaves us 5 points. Let's do... Oh, I don't have enough for Lich. So we'll just save the rest. Yeah, that's NG+25 Gladiator.